oh no, Gerald's in it. And I thought that was you. I was like, pale, dark circles. Anyway, I am currently driving back to school, and it's a long drive, and I'm on the last half of it, which is a very straight and boring stretch, and I don't feel like falling asleep. So I'm going to tell a story. You're just going to deal with shaky camera. I'm in a car. Alright, so I'm going to tell the story about how my freshman year of college, my dorm room got broken into. Alright, starting at the very beginning, it's just like a general knowledge you should know for this story is that the dorm room was already haunted. So I got a whole other video about that. I'll link it up in the corner. But yeah, the dorm room was already haunted, so there was already weird happening at all times. So it started off probably about a couple months into first semester with just people would hear doorknobs rattling. Like I said, dorm room was haunted, so you're like, okay, it's a little strange, not favorite thing, but it's just haunted. But it kept happening, and you would hear what sounded like people trying key cards. So we told the RA, and she said, okay, I'll tell the RD. Now, our RA thought that we were whack because we thought that our dorm room was haunted. So she never told the RD. This comes into play later, but for now, just know, we reported this much earlier than anything actually happened. First thing that happened was a friend of ours, they always left their room open because we knew everybody on the hall, and it's a very safe, very small little community. Oh my god. I thought I was going to hit a man on a bike. Alright, so first thing that happened was a friend of ours who always left their dorm room open, someone went into their room at some point in time, ate their ice cream, and left the wrapper in the trash. Because our friend was very upset that by the time they got back and wanted an ice cream, there was no ice cream. They were like, roommate, why the f*** did you eat my ice cream? And the roommate was like, I don't touch your shit. So there was no ice cream. Ice cream got eaten. And that's pretty, easy to brush off, what? So great, some ice cream. So within a few weeks of that happening, our door breaks. And I don't know if y'all have ever lived in a dorm room with you have to key card in, but there's a little thing on the door, and if the battery runs out, you can't get into your room. We don't have a solid key to get in. We have to walk all the way down to the front desk and ask to be let into our room at any time we want it. So we put in a maintenance request, they come out and they fix it. A couple weeks later, happens again. We come back, we can't get into our room with our key cards, the battery's dead, whatever. We have to call maintenance to come in and fix it. That seems kind of weird to go on a story about stealing, but wait. That'll show up again later. Alright, next was across the hall and down a bit, there was a couple girls' rooms. One of them comes back, and her room has been entirely ransacked. Their door's wide open. Someone pulled all the shit out of their drawers, even pulled the batteries out of their remote, just absolutely went through all of their crap. Yeah, they were freaked out. Someone went into their room while they weren't there. It just went through everything. They couldn't find anything that was stolen from their room, but it was just trashed. And couldn't figure it out. The police came in. They were like, we don't know what to tell you. We can't figure out why you didn't do this. They didn't take anything. And the police left. The police didn't really do anything through all of this until the very end. So just so you know, they didn't care. Next was about 4 doors down from them, someone broke into their room, and their room didn't close very well. So someone got into their room and stole underwear, panties. Somebody stole her panties. That's creepy. That's really creepy. So among all of this, our door is breaking again. When all this is happening, we realize that we think somebody has been in our room. It was before winter break when we find what looks like tape residue over the lock on our door, and it looks like Logan, my roommate, somebody. Oh, I was like, wait. Somebody had went through my roommate's drawers. We go down to the RD, and the police come up and take our statement. So we're talking to the police, and they're like, have you ever put in any reports before? And we were like, we told our RA this happened. And supposedly the RD had that on file, and the police were like, the RD gave us all of her files on this. your RA number reported that. And it was like, thanks. You know, that's really helpful at this point, that when we reported it happening 3 months prior, nothing happened and this allowed to went on. So we're trying to figure out how they got into our room. Like we said, we found tape residue on the door, which totally freaked us out, because what the police think happened is when I go to the bathroom in the mornings, I leave the door open. Not to the bathroom, I leave our dorm room door open and would brush my teeth. And they think somebody taped over the lock while I was going pee. We're talking to them though, and they want to try their key card on our door and see if possibly people were being able to swipe in, because we had heard people trying to swipe into doors, trying the locks on doors. So they tried the lock on the door, and the next day our door doesn't work. And we figured out that if somebody who was not one of the two of us tried to swipe into our room, our door broke. So our door kept breaking and breaking and breaking, and any time that it broke, it was because somebody had tried to get into our room. That was a realization to make. It wasn't a good one to make. We didn't enjoy that. So our door breaks a couple more times after that. It tapers off after we come back from Christmas break. Not as much happens until a couple months later. I mean, through all of this, you still hear people trying doors. And they tell us to call the police if we hear people trying doors. By the time you get out there to check, though, there's no one there. They can't find anyone on the cameras. So the last thing that happened was somebody broke into the girls' room 2 doors down from us. While they were both out, somebody broke into their room, used their Keurig. Like, first off, their Keurig was out of water. It was one of the ones that held water. Somebody went into their room, filled that with water, took their K-cups, used like a tea thing that the girl, the reason that she knew that it wasn't her and somebody had made tea was because it was like a tea that she never used. Her mom bought her some fancy tea that was absolutely disgusting. They made tea in her Keurig, and then they stole like all of her K-cups. So somebody took the time to be in her room long enough to refill it and make it. That's terrifying. They felt comfortable enough to do that in somebody else's room. So after that, the police were like, okay, well, something was actually like definitely stolen this time, and they sent out a school-wide email that literally just said, somebody stole K-cups, this is unacceptable. Yeah, and our dorm became a joke to the entire school, because as far as everyone knew, all that had happened was somebody had walked into somebody's dorm and stole some K-cups. After this had been going all semester, you still hear about it. Literally, people still joke about the fact that there was a school-wide email sent out about some K-cups. It wasn't just K-cups. There was multiple things stolen. People had just been going into people's rooms, like just touching your stuff, going through your stuff. That's creepy. That's creepier than actually just stealing like $5 worth of K-cups, you know? But after that, after the email was sent out, nothing happened anymore. The police never figured out who did it. They didn't try to figure out who did it. It was a very strange year. Because if you go back, you can watch my haunted video about all that stuff that happened the same year. The same year that, like... So, the girls that we lived on the hall with that year, they would laugh so hard they would pee on the couches, and they were very proud of that. As well as they would wear adult diapers, sit on the couches, and piss themselves. So, like, that was also pretty weird that happened that year. There was one girl that lived on the hall that while you were showering, she would come and bang on the doors and scream like a banshee. That was terrifying. There was one time I was showering in one of the stalls, and she was showering on the far stall on the other end, and she just started yelling, tell me you think you're sexy, yell that you're sexy, like scream that you're sexy, and she's just screaming this at the top of her lungs to me. She was an interesting character. Yeah, traditional housing man. It's a dream. Alright, so that's the weird time that my dorm room was broken into. I know that wasn't like the main focus of the story. The main focus of the story was all the other people's dorm rooms that were broken into. But like ours was just they went through the drawers and they like taped the lock probably on the door. So like it wasn't that traumatic. It was just, you know, I'd rather they hadn't. So yeah. I'm gonna focus on driving and getting back to school safely. So talk to y'all later.